Last time we made sure Solace Keep was still standing. We have but one quest left to do, though we haven't gotten the quest for, or the achievement for finishing all the side quests. But there's no point in waiting. Oh, let's
The
listen.
third born before, right?
1,000 times. Why?
Have you ever eaten at the Dead Swordfish?
Once.
Oh, it's terrible, right? Temerity keeps raving about it, but I think there's just nothing else in town.
You're talking about the ragfish stew, right? That stuff would peel the bark off a tree.
Oh, that's delicious.
The last time I had it, I was bedridden for days. I don't know how they eat there every day.
I had a buttermilk biscuit there once. Spent the next week in the privy.
You just gotta soldier through it a few times. Builds character and a strong stomach.
Okay, well, that's wild. Oh, wait, what? I got the achievement for finishing all the side quests. That's weird. It might be because of that weird bug with the, what's the word? The upgrading, yeah. Anyways, we're gonna exit here. Sticking with Marius and Yatsli for this region. I might go Yatsli and Giada for the next. Is your face still weird? Kinda. It's easier to tell when she's actually moving her face, but I like that the achievements are named after other Obsidian references, you know, like that one was called Pentiment for finishing the side quests. And so we got to travel to this weird underlayered beacon, and I guess the path to the garden's this way. I hope that the garden is itself like a large zone as well, because I know when we finished the map earlier, you saw the garden map as well, which we haven't seen yet on our map. Oh, and now I have this way back. Okay, because I remember coming that way earlier.
Closer. We have waited so long.
Alright, chill. I really wonder if we had taken the time to, like, tell her we were going to destroy her. Oh.
Well, this is it, I guess. Feels
Dungeon
very
Siege.
different from the last time I left Gallowayne's tusks. I will say, it's nice to look out and see Solace still standing. Thanks for that.
Yeah. Kasha didn't have the right to make that decision for everyone.
Right. It's better that an Adiran envoy do it.
Solace is still standing. And so are you. We're in this together.
Just so you know, Kai, it's starting to sound like you like me.
If you happen to need a reminder, do let us know. Brooding in silence can be quite the mood killer.
Not to spoil the moment with good news, but I doubt the rest of the island has been quiet while we've been looking for the garden. Things have only gotten more tense since Fior, and the Steel Garrote probably hasn't been doing us any favors on that front.
Especially when they're led by a woman who doesn't seem interested in staying dead. Not to mention, after we take care of the Envoy's little god problem, we'll still have an empire bearing down on us.
Well, you know, maybe curing the dream scourge will cure the island's insanity.
We should be so lucky.
Can't say I'm too excited about just walking into the garden. I grew up learning I needed to protect that place, but it never felt like more than a children's tale to me.
I hear you. This island is weird enough when all we have to worry about are vengeful plans and soul-altering corruption.
Am I the only one who's looking forward to the garden? We're pioneers, stepping into the great unknown, a land of mystery.
We have to remember to love them in spite of their lack of proper enthusiasm, dearie.
I'm just glad that your face isn't glitching out anymore. Yeah, we'll be the first ones to enter here in ages.
Can you imagine? An untouched spiritual wilderness just waiting for us. I have a theory about the garden, or a warning, depending on how you want to look at it. Sapadal has been imprisoned a long time. The garden will be a reflection of their dreams, their nightmares, their madness.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw visions or hallucinations. And not even the fun kind.
Hmm. That's a great option. Just pinch your nose. That's great. You're saying there's a chance we'll all become raving lunatics.
Sanity won't get us through the garden. Madness opens the mind to discovery. So madness is what we need right now. Before we go any further, I have to ask you something. You told the Inquisitor that you intend to free Sapadal. Set them loose upon the world. Is that still the plan?
That's the plan until I change my mind. Sapadal deserves freedom.
Everyone deserves freedom.
I could make an exception for a god with the power to destroy us all in a tantrum.
Sapadal is responsible for the spiritual health of the living lands, and the island has suffered for it. No matter what the Inquisitor said, I don't believe there's a right or wrong choice to make here. Just the one you believe in.
That's how this entire game has been working. Oh, any more words of wisdom?
Just one. Remember, we're stepping into a realm that is both physical and spiritual in nature. If you can call it nature. There's no telling how long we'll be gone. For all we know, time could run backwards in the garden.
Anyone feel like turning back? This might take a while.
Not a chance. We're a crew now, so you're stuck with me until the end. Marius?
I told you I'd be with you till the end. I don't go back on my promises. What about you, Giada?
You're not going into the garden without me. I have to see this with my own eyes. Yatsli, if you feel like running back to Quilici, now would be the time. No one would think less of you.
And tell Quilici that I missed out on the most exciting part.
Well, thanks, everyone. I don't say that enough.
And you don't have to. We pull together, and that's plenty.
I plan on wandering the garden whether I'm traveling with you or not. I have to find out what the big deal is.
Agreed. I'm not waiting in camp while the rest of you have all the fun. Hope to see you out there, Marius.
Well, let's go then. We can't keep your god waiting.
Giada has something to say.
So, this is it. The spiritual epicenter of the living lands. Where it all began, and where it all ends. For so long I have looked out on a horizon full of possibilities. Now that it's here, I'm too scared to breathe. Oh, why am I so anxious?
Because we're about to do something incredible?
I suppose you're right. I'm frightened, I'm excited. I'm a lot of things right now. Do you remember when Manto Pastor sent you after the heart of an Adragan?
Yeah, the power is invention.
That was nothing compared to this. We are standing in the beating heart of the living lands. Just imagine what we can do with it.
I was worried you'd given up on your ambition.
I almost turned my back on animancy. And if I'm being honest, it was a relief. But now that we're here, who am I to reject my upbringing, my potential? My parents were going to build a better world for animancers. That dream was their legacy to me. You and I have come farther than they did, to an impossible place where anything can happen. Anything.
Look, you get to decide what to do with your life. The past has no say in the matter.
I'll try to remember that. I don't know what's going to happen, but you've had my back since the beginning. I won't forget it.
Do you know any stories about the garden?
Well, that depends. I know a few spooky stories about the living lands. They may or may not have anything to do with the garden.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, but if something goes bump in the night, I'm waking you up.
Let me think of a good one. There are so many, I can't decide. Which do you want to hear first? I know one about a ranger's dream, one about a haunted well, and one about a golden city.
Oh, I am a Vanguard scout. I've been kind of going rangery, so what's the one about the ranger?
One sunny day, a ranger took a nap in the woods of Emerald Stair. He awoke to a forest of dead trees, the night sky full of unfamiliar stars. After getting his bearings, he walked in the direction of Fior Messiverno, but the settlement was gone. In its place was the most beautiful garden, hills bursting with flowers, the grass as soft as Valiant silk. Enchanted by this vision, he bent to pick a rose, but its thorn cut like a knife, severing 3 fingers. Then, a voice filled his head, shouting, "Go now, before the land takes you, body and soul." He awoke in his own bed, a wilted rose clutched in his 2-fingered hand.
Oh. Just a good one.
It's nonsense, of course, but that's why I like it.
I don't know if I want to hear all this. Actually, I do,
Of
but I don't know if I
course.
want to.
Which one did you have in mind?
What about the Golden City?
Many years ago, when Fior Messiverno was barely a dot on the map, an animancer got lost in the wilderness. He came upon a pair of ancient trees, their trunks and branches intertwined. A strange light shone in the space between the trees, and beyond that light, a city of gold. So the animancer returned with an axe to chop the trees apart and fit his body through the narrow gap. But with every blow of his axe, the towers of the golden city fell. The walls crumbled, the lights flickered out. By the time he made it through, there was nothing left. Only the bones of a once mighty civilization. As for the 2 trees, they were dead, hacked to splinters, leaving him no path back the way he came.
Oh. What happens next?
The end of one story, and perhaps the beginning of another. It's very strange. I can't remember who told me that story, and no one claims to have heard it before.
That's spooky. I wanted to hear the last
Of
one.
course. Which one did you have in mind?
The Rangers, or the Haunted Well.
Once upon a time, a young girl left town to fetch water from the local well. After pulling up the rope, she discovered the head of a Delimgan, one of the tree folk, staring at her from the bucket. "Return me to my grove," it said, "and I will grant you 3 wishes." So she carried the head into a peaceful clearing and sat it down on a tree stump. First, she wished for long life. The head granted her wish. Second, she wished to be impervious to a sword blade. Granted. And finally, she wished to know what happens after we die. No one ever saw her again. All they found was an Adra pillar in the middle of a clearing, next to an old stump.
Ooh. These have a consistent theme.
Very perceptive. What do you think it is? I have my own opinion, but I'm curious about yours.
Well, nature punishes the careless.
That is true of many places, not just the living lands. These stories might not shine any light on the garden, but they could inform the way we think about it. First, the garden is beyond all mortal understanding. If you think you're safe here, you're not. And second, when you walk into the unknown, make sure to bring a friend.
Yeah, good thing we have each other, I guess.
Indeed. I couldn't have made it this far on my own. Hey, you're a good listener. Not everyone has the patience to hold their questions to the end. Alas, that is all I can tell you about the garden. For now, at least.
Alright, well, that's it for now.
Who could rest at a time like this?
I can. But I want to see if I have the potential to... I don't know if I have enough to get any more Blood Riot toadstools. I can make one. I'll do it. It's not enough to upgrade anything. Oh well. Ooh. Giada wants to be here, and I need Yatsley for the illusions, so... Here we go. Oh, now everyone has something else to say? Or Kai and Marius? What does this look like? Oh, yeah. Ooh, that looks like the heart. And we have the map right there. That's cool.
Looks like we'll have to find another way through.
Yeah, you thought. The very land is on my side.
I think we've found Sapadal's home.
That's it. The heart of the garden. Sapadal's cage.
Yeah, finding some Blood Riot toadstools, but I just want to appreciate this view. Yeah, we're definitely going to run into a lot of dream thralls down here. What's over here, though? Oh, by the way, on an unrelated note, there was a patch for Pillars of Eternity yesterday, March 26th, which is kind of wild. Yeah, finding some upgrade materials. Is that floating? Looks like it. I like the Ikeda ruins, like the tops of the pillars or whatever. Tops of the towers, I should say. Ooh, a letter from Tane. Dear Lengrath, I made it to the garden, somehow. The last thing I remember is getting lost, stumbling through the woods past a volcano, and now here I am. Then again, maybe it was all a dream, maybe this is a dream too. What else is new? The plants are a nice touch, but a bit too humanoid? They'd fit right in at the halls obscured, a little greenery to brighten up the enclosures. Anyway, I believe this marks the end of my sightseeing tour of the living lands. Not a moment too soon, I missed the comforts of home. Now, how do I leave? Oh well, I'll figure something out. I always do, wink. Your friend, Tane the Archmage, author of Tane's Chaotic Orb. P.S. I'm leaving this here for you, or a future version of you, to find someday. Take care, see you at the next meeting of the Circle. I'll save you a seat next to me at the big table.
Tane was here? As in Tane's Chaotic Orb?
Yeah, and now there's skeletons. I thought one of these skeletons was Tane. I'm running out of stamina real badly. Let me catch my breath. Okay, rude. Parry this! Make up your minds. And stabby stab. Okay, so those guys definitely saw me. Though I don't have a way to get down there. Oh, I can just go there. There's a bridge. Okay, we're good. It's all good in the hood. Wow, that one had low health. Nice change of pace after every other one we've seen has been a boss fight.
I was worried for a second.
Why is there a plant way up there that I can't reach? I can't shoot down. I guess I can reach it. So I guess there is a reason it's up there. I've made a fool of myself. I'll never live this shame down. Power slide. Wonder if Kai and Marius' conversation is just, why didn't you take me? I wanted to see the weird god. Hold on. Toadstools. That's named after a real, or that's visually based on a real toadstool, I think. Like a blood weeping thing or something. Okay, so Magfolk Orison 2. Life is a prayer. Of the insisted ones, we made a holy slaughter. The young we smothered with our hands, of the oldest we made fires, we rendered them down into fuel to clear the insisted growth. From some we removed the hands, from others the feet, from others the features, all of which we gathered in heaps which drew the insisted wildlife to feed. Into these heaps we set poison. Of their severed heads we made pyramids, 10 heads to a side, and the count of the heads in each pyramid was 385. Of these pyramids there were counted 7,707. We spared those who could run with vigor so that they would lead us to other dwellings of the insisted. We made it known that mercy could be purchased by tribute so that the insisted would gather together their livestock, their wine and wealth to present to us. The first 10 of these tributes we accepted and gave mercy. Then after the 11th tribute we began to kill all those assembled. In this way we made them gather themselves to be taken census and killed. In this way we approach God through prayer. Well, that's not very nice. Also, how big is the map? Not very big. We've gone from here to here already. Alright, this is a very linear space. And I'm expecting a party camp. Yep.
The only way down. After you.
Why are you the one swearing? I guess you did jump. Don't be so afraid of heights. I do see we have an objective that way. We have... a thing over here. Hey, Yatsuli, do your thing.
Walk like a top.
I do see, yep. Yeah. Calculated level design, I like that. Godless Shrine. Wild Walker armor, huh? What does this say? Legends about a powerful druid and watcher known only as the Wild Walker. Legends abound. She is said to have possessed a singular mastery of the art of spirit shifting, able to assume not just one beastly form, but many. According to legend, she one day found herself wandering the strange, impossible landscape of the beyond. How long the Wild Walker roamed this dreamlike plain is unknown, but upon her return she was forever changed. Their spirit shifts were thereafter suffused with a maelstrom of elemental power, though had warped monstrous appearances. This armor still holds a measure of the elemental might that the Wild Walker could call upon, empowering the wearer's own attacks and punishing enemies that turn the elements against them. And what does it do? Receiving an elemental status applies that status to nearby targets and elemental accumulations. Okay, well, now the Legend of the Wild Walker is going to help me make my stuff a little prettier. So thanks, I guess. And I'm hoping this leads back. Yeah. Okay, I do want to check that little alcove out too before we see, because what I'm seeing here is we have a party camp. We have a big door that is the objective, so this should be the not objective. And I want, oh, a secret door. Are
Are you
these...
seeing what I'm seeing? Or am I going mad?
Oh, buddy. Animancy equipment, you okay?
What is the meaning of this? It can't be real. This is an illusion. A joke. Tell me we're both seeing the same thing.
Yeah, it's real.
I was afraid of that. Why am I cursed to see this again? Why does the memory follow me wherever I go?
You don't think these things moved here themselves, do you?
Don't be ridiculous. Whoever is responsible, I'm tired of the bullshit. Step forward and answer for yourself, coward.
Godlike of Sapadal, long have we awaited you.
Oh.
Finally, you've come home.
It's not just me, right? The plants are talking.
Oh my gods. They're alive.
Do you want to talk to them?
How? Where would I even begin?
Giada Castel, welcome.
Wait, you know me? How do you know me?
Oh.
For centuries, our whispers filled the silence. Then we heard your mother's call.
My mother? You heard her?
She reached out to us, using the tool you now carry.
But that would have been years ago. The first time she used the phantasmal focus. The only time she used it.
We heard, and Sapadal answered, saying in a great voice, "We are here. You have found us."
But when Sapadal speaks, the living lands trembles. The voice of a god can be a terrible thing.
So, Sapadal was responsible for the accident?
No, this can't be. What exactly happened to my parents? Tell me, please. I need to know.
Sapadal wanted to be heard, and in so doing, twisted your family in body and soul, broke them into a more suitable shape.
Sapadal does not know the limits of their strength. Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made? Do you have any idea what my life has been since your little mistake?
After the incident, your parents were like us, and we took pity, so we helped them move on, as they wanted.
In the end, they thought only of you, their pride, and their love.
That's it. That's really it. The answer I've been searching for all these years. Sapadal destroyed my family.
What are these things?
We are companions, toys, diversions. Sapadal fashioned us out of dreams and memories.
I can't believe it never occurred to me. They're animats. Ancient vessels held together with duty and loyalty. Their design is unusual, organic, much like the garden itself. Sapadal's work. All this time, your god has been making imaginary friends, drawing pictures on the walls of their cell. It's almost too sad to imagine.
You think they're telling the truth?
I know they are. My mother and father would not have wanted this. A good animancer embraces death. And they were the best.
I'm sorry, I didn't know about this.
I don't hold you responsible. I don't even know if I hold Sapadal responsible. Your god has the intelligence of a scatterbrained goat. But that isn't their fault. It's simply how they came into being. One final question, spirits. What is this? Why are you trying to ruin my life again? Is this your way of haunting me? What is it you want?
Not to be pedantic, but that was 4 questions.
We want to apologize on Sapadal's behalf, and for the part we played in your sorrow.
They want to apologize. I came to the garden for answers, not to offer forgiveness.
Well... Brooklyn Arts, welcome! How you doing? What happened to your parents was a mistake. They didn't even have a hand in what happened to your parents anyways, but I guess this is the closest answer.
Was it a mistake? Because no matter where we go, the gods can't stop themselves from hurting us. Our lives are a game to them. Damn it. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Sapadal has been trapped here for millennia. Alone. Confused. Screaming into the void for anyone who will listen. When they heard the voice of a stranger, they overreacted. How can I hold that against you? Apology accepted.
Thank you, Giada. And thank you, Godlike, for bringing her all this way.
The time has come for you to find your patron, as you were meant to.
Should I expect more of these apparitions in the garden?
A garden is whatever you plant in it.
Sapadal wishes to be understood, as all mortals do. Seen, as all mortals are. What you see is the truth, glimpsed through their eyes, and they wish to share it.
Oh, you're good but still sick? Oh, well, I'm glad you're doing good, at least. What'll happen to you?
Now that you have returned to the garden, Sapadal has everything they need. We will fade, as all things fade.
There's so much we could learn from you.
You have already learned more than we could ever teach. We know only growth and stillness, root and flower.
We will return to the soil from which we emerged. In time, you will do the same.
You already had a wood godlike in Pillars of Eternity. Are these guys new? These guys aren't godlikes. They are essentially sort of statues that Sapadal created while imprisoned in the garden here, because we finally made it to the garden.
Our purpose draws to a close. A long rest is assured. May the living lands receive you with open arms. Farewell.
Giada
Goodbye.
referred to them as like animats,
Talk about this, but not here.
like
Give her space, dearie.
enchanted bodies.
Giada will speak more when she's ready.
What type of god is Sapadal? I don't think that's really been overtly said. It's more like, at best, Sapadal is just the god of the living lands. Seems to have a lot of nature theme, given all like the mushrooms and the trees. I don't know if they are the god of nature, because I think there already is one, but yeah. Theory. Oh wait, I see a pipe. Here we are. What do we have here? There's already a god of nature? Yeah. Charm of Bones. That's not ominous. What is this Charm of Bones? It summons a trio of skeletons to fight with you. Since it's comprised of various small bones affixed to a cord of sinew, this macabre necklace stinks of the grave. The noise created by the bones clicking together sounds like a gruesome chime, causing your hair to stand on end. This particular charm was lovingly crafted by a self-serving, hedonistic, death godlike chanter who used his powers of beckoning the dead to unusual ends. As a master musician, he never found other living players to be at his level of skill, so instead he taught his undead minions how to play just as he did. Thus did he become the ringleader of his own vile marching band. Wondering if the other god is the god of life and not nature, and this is one is nature? Or one is the god of horticulture and one is pure nature and wilderness? Those are all excellent considerations. It's still unsure. I'm unsure. I love this necklace that I'm not going to wear, though, for having a little skeleton band. Wasn't there like an old cartoon that did that? I don't remember which one. But we're gonna rest. Party camp. Hey, bud.
All this time, I thought my parents died in a freak accident. An experiment gone awry. A mistake.
They kinda
Until in a
did.
way, They did. But it wasn't their mistake. It was Sapadal's.
Does knowing that help?
That's what I keep asking myself. This whole experience has me considering my family's work in a different light. Look at what my mother accomplished. Armed with her research and her wits, she found a god. When you speak to a god, it's nothing. Barely a reflex. But for the rest of us, it's unimaginable. No animancer can live up to that. Certainly not me. I thought their legacy was a curse, and I could only break it by completing their work. I was wrong.
Maybe a Fey god? Maybe. I mean, one thing that was mentioned is that Sapadal is a very sort of naive, precocious, young toddler of a god, basically, and maybe hadn't determined their like domain yet, because Woedica, I guess, was the one that decided to imprison Sapadal and cut the Living Lands Adra away from the rest. But I don't know. Anyways, for Giada, you can still do incredible things. Don't sell yourself short.
Of course I can. But now, I can do them for the right reasons. One thing is certain. When it comes to animancy, I need to unlearn some of my old assumptions. I wanted to tame the spirit of the Living Lands. Now, there's so much about it I don't understand. And it's creepy, but wonderful.
Another thing is, what if Sapadal's the other half of the nature god? A lot of theories. Yeah, though a lot of the hardship of the Living Lands has been a direct result of Sapadal sort of overreacting and more or less throwing tantrums. Like, Gallowayne's Tusks, the big volcanic region we were just in, was originally apparently like a natural paradise, but Sapadal made it barren. Wonder if Sapadal would be willing to help you.
They probably won't even notice me. But stranger things have happened. I believe the power flowing out of the garden drove this island mad. That has to end. Through animancy, we could help the Living Lands recover. It would take a lifetime, maybe more. But that's a small price to pay. Then again, who am I to interfere with an ecosystem that I barely understand? On the other hand, half the fun of animancy is stirring the pot and getting into trouble. I think I know what I want, but there are too many variables to consider. What do you think?
Sapadal threw a temper tantrum and broke it. Basically, yeah. And we found out that the whole Dream Scourge was caused by Sapadal lashing out because they felt the Steel Garrote and Woedica's faithful Ludwin, who was a Death Knight, on the island and wanted to push them out, and sort of accidentally caused a plague. So that's cool. But would you consider going back to Fior Mesiverno?
The thought has crossed my mind, but no. I burned that bridge, and I don't regret it. Politics and small minds held me back for too long.
I think you should continue your research as an animancer. That makes you the unique person on this team.
I have a lot of catching up to do, and plenty of room to grow. But I think you're right. So be it. Starting today, I don't have to live up to anyone's example. Animancy can be whatever I make of it.
Well, I'm sure whatever you do will be ambitious and unexpected.
Knowing me, maybe a little too ambitious and unexpected.
Ooh.
Now I just have to decide which field of research to pursue. But no need to bore you with the details. I've only got one lifetime as Giada Castel, so I'd better make it count. Hey, you helped me through a very difficult time. I just wanted to say thank you.
Yeah.
Good with the animancy stuff. You should keep, doing that.
Could see it as the gods were like, this thing is a child and will throw temper tantrums and hurt the world. But temper tantrums and mistakes are part of life and growing up.
Hey,
It's definitely the gods. Oh.
How are you holding up after seeing those, plant people?
Well, I've seen things not intended for mortal eyes, and uncovered the dark truth of my family's downfall. But here I am. And how are you?
Don't worry about me. I just want to know how you're feeling.
I'm complicated. But at least I know what happened to my parents.
Knowing's one thing. Feeling okay about it's another.
Yes, that part could take a while.
As long as it doesn't turn into a ghost story. I'm here if you need to talk.
We're talking right now.
It won't be easy, but you have to let yourself feel it. All of it. Even the parts that hurt like a blessed saltfly bite.
Just be kind to yourself, dearie.
I don't know what to say, except I'm grateful to know each of you.
Yeah. Locked him up because they saw him more as a danger than a child that needed guidance. Yeah. Yeah. Where am I? Here, let's see how much... I have enough toadstool. That's cool. I want to try to upgrade... my armor is already maxed out. That's good. Do I have enough to... If I get 25 glasswood branches, can I get that? Oh, I can just get 22. Alright, I'm gonna get 13 of them and upgrade the gun. I went too high. Wonder if it was just Wodaka who locked it up. Curious what the others... So the thing there is, like, as we've been collecting those totems, we've actually been getting in, like, listening in on conversations between the gods. And the last one we found... Well, both... In Gallowayne's Tusk, we went to an area that had a mostly broken down magfolk that was contaminating the water supply of the region. And the voice of Wodaka came to us and told us that, like, we need to keep this thing imprisoned. I think she said that she did it there, but if not there, it was during the totem conversation thing. Because Wodaka's, like, more or less the god of justice. Big iron on your hip. Equipped a fully upgraded weapon. Hell yeah. And let's get some living steel chunks. I need 8 of them. Just to give me a little more power in this thing. This sword really has been carrying my whole game. Alright, so Kai, what do you want to say?
When you find Sapadal, I hope you tell him how much I love what they've done with this place.
Didn't realize you had such eclectic tastes.
I'm a man of hidden depths. What's not to love about floating islands and a spectral tree? Besides, as divine prisons go, I can imagine much worse.
Captivity is a risky proposition. Kith or beast, it makes victims docile or desperate.
And Sapadal definitely isn't docile. Not from what we saw on Mount Forja, or outside the ruins of Nakukubel.
Sapadal and I have been talking about compassion and forgiveness. I believe they can change for the better.
Uh-huh. I've heard that one before. Usually before a lot of tears, a lot of drinks, and a lot of, I should have known better. Still, you taught me that a person can grow beyond their flaws. Why wouldn't the same be true of a god? I hope you're right, because we are all in trouble if you're wrong.
I wonder if there were any other gods speaking for Sapadal's innocence? Kinda, like that conversation from the last stream. I want to say it was Aothis that was sort of on Sapadal's side. It must have been a flashback, because I think Aothis is just dead now in the, like, Pillars of Eternity lore. Knowing you, I'm surprised you're not in favor of giving Sapadal a second chance.
You know, if Sapadal were only a smuggler, assassin, or bandit, I'd be right there with you. But knowing they could end us all with a temper tantrum puts things in perspective. I guess we've all got our limits. And I don't envy you having to deal with the loose cannon of a god. But I envy even less the mess you're going to have if, I mean, when, we escape this place.
What do you mean?
While we're tracking down your god, things are heating up between your Adiran comrades and the locals.
Yeah, that.
You may have averted the attack on Fjord, but this is one situation where it's the thought that counts. And yeah, I know that's on the Steel Garrote, but it's not lost on anyone that your people despise animancy. Not when Heelguard banned the practice in Paradise.
I see your point.
Oh, I wish I were finished. Ringram may have unleashed some powerful magic against the Dream Scourge, but she left a lot of corpses in her wake. That doesn't look good for your people. Not when Ludwig was also in the region, and your people had a garrison at Eagle's Reach.
I like that he's bringing up all the stuff we've gone through. Yeah, there was really no good answer for the end of Shatterscarp, though. That's kind of a coincidence.
Try explaining that to people. They won't believe it. Not when they're already convinced there's an invasion on their doorstep. And then there's Solace. You might have saved the keep, but no one's going to talk about the disaster that didn't happen. They're going to talk about why Mount Forja erupted after all this time.
I mean, that is also technically the Steel Garrote's fault, but it's a volcano. Can't blame Adir for a volcano.
You'd be surprised where people can find blame when they're spun up. And it looks real bad when a Steel Garrote force just so happened to be there when it went down. Fairly or not, a lot of blame's gonna be laid at Adir's door. And if I had to guess, I don't think Heelguard's been helping matters while you've been out here.
Well, tensions are high and everyone out here is well armed. What about it?
If and when we get out of here, we're walking into a powder keg. And you'll have to choose a side. That's the part I don't envy.
I think the people of the living lands deserve freedom. Won't help anyone subjugate them.
I admire your principles, but don't underestimate what they could demand of you. Look, I've been there. I fought for Rauatai's interest in the Deadfire for longer than I like to admit. And lost my stomach for it eventually. That's how I wound up here. But I will tell you now, I never could have fought my own brothers and sisters. I hope that's not what it comes down to. But I'll understand if that's a line you can't cross. I don't mean to burden you. It's late, and you've still got a god to face. Just know that whatever you choose, I'll fight alongside you. I'm with you to the end of this.
Thanks, Kai.
Anytime.
Alright, good night.
Good night, Envoy.
I haven't beaten Pillars of Eternity, and I haven't even played Pillars of Eternity 2. I'd prefer less
those green
spoilers
people in the garden,
for the specifics.
those weren't your parents?
But thank you.
They were Sapadal's dreams given life. Ancient sentinels bound by loyalty.
And they were plants because...
Because that's all Sapadal knew how to make. The smithy smiths. The baker bakes. The gardener gardens.
Right, I understand.
It's all right if you don't.
Good, because I really don't.
He doesn't. Yeah, I know I haven't
Envoy,
explained that well.
What do you need?
It's weird to play a spin-off of a game before beating the other ones, but I felt because it was a spin-off I'd be less concerned on the spoilers. Wait, what the heck? You have nothing to say? Okay.
Until next time.
Hey, you have a thing over your head.
Envoy, what do you need?
What the heck? What do you think of the
Let's
companions?
make sure you're not listening. We already talked about Kai. Did you want to know about Giada or Yatsley?
This is weird.
Right. Figured as much.
Okay.
If I must.
I still see the thing over your head. Yatsley?
Envoy, pinch me. I must be dreaming. I've long imagined what the garden could look like, but... even all the depictions I've seen in all the ruins, they didn't do it justice. And that's not even counting all the little surprises we've gotten. And you're on the way to meet your god. Years of being an unclaimed godlike. And now, it feels like a typhoon of information has hit us. I've yet to catch my breath. There are even floating sky islands. How are you staying so calm?
You'll become brainworm and erase the memory? Okay. Good luck. Just don't let me forget how to speak. Look, you think I'm calm?
Oh, you hide it masterfully, dearie. Just make sure to remember everything we see. I'll want to pick your brain later.
See, I have to remember everything now. It's kind of a problem. I could try to draw you a map. I'm not sure how helpful it'll be.
True. With everything shifting, it may not be accurate long. Still, what an artifact. A map of the garden by the last Tibaru Sanakis. This place is... it's more than I could have ever dreamed. I know we have to find your god and figure out what to do with them, but... oh, I almost feel like I could stay here forever.
Where would you get perfume supplies, though?
Oh, fair point. I suppose I'd have to make supply runs from time to time. Still, I just... oh, it's breathtaking here. And think how much I could learn here. Pockets of time in the lives of the Akita are here, and... oh, but we've not even gotten to the end yet. We haven't seen everything. Let's get moving. I'm starting to suspect that every single leader in the Living Lands is incompetent. Truly. Is there no vetting process? Hopefully those in Solace Keep will choose their leaders with more care in the future. But we should check on Marius. I'll make him some soothing perfume, but I think a few words from you would help too.
You have a lot to say. I have spoken with him.
Lovely. Another point in your favor, Envoy.
I feel like you said that already,
Do
though.
not
The
envy
stuff
the
about
Groom in
Marius.
any case. Meeting that council gave me a new appreciation for Vidaro.
You might want to keep an eye on Vidaro, make sure he doesn't take any lessons from this council.
Barrett's balls.
Yeah,
What a nightmare.
we had this conversation.
We're losing focus on the important things. Things like the garden. Oh, come on, Envoy, let's get going.
How can I
How
help?
can I help, darling?
Yeah, that was weird.
Sweet dreams, Envoy.
Hello?
Envoy, what do you need?
Yeah, this is weird. Alright, I'm just gonna
Pleasant dreams.
wake up. Now the weird thing is, we ran into Giada's little story thing very early. Do I want to stick with her, or should I pick one of the other two? I'm gonna stick with her. Oh.
A breath held. Trepidation. You are close, yet distant still.
I can speak Greek now. I don't even know what Greek sounds like, to be honest. I had to rest. This place is exhausting in ways that I can't describe.
Your soul is small. The essence weighs like the sea on your chest. We feel the pressure, darkness, yet somehow strengthened resolve. We wonder.
You know, I got a question for you.
We did not foresee this.
Ooh. I've indulged your curiosity, you can indulge mine.
An equal trade. We accept.
What would you do if you weren't imprisoned?
The sky is green. The fish breathes air. We can no longer imagine.
If you can't imagine it, then why do you want it? Ah, that's a bad question. Take your time.
We would run, roll with the tide, sink our fingers into new earth. Whisper in the fields, lift the hills gently in our hands.
What about the people on those hills?
Disturb the dirt, but spare the blooms. Shake the roots slowly. Vengeance denied, squandered. This cannot be.
What was that?
We spoke of flowers.
No, you said something just now.
We speak of freedom when the hand still clasps around our throat. Wake now. Find us.
If you make me regret this, I'm gonna be mad. Okay, now Marius doesn't have anything to say. That's good, I guess. Oh. What the hell?
I see the disciple has found his way into the cell.
No. Varian Steel. We know this voice. Why is she here?
Now what do you want?
I was unclear last time. I will not repeat my mistake.
Out. Her voice pierces our skin.
Look at this place. A quagmire of your parasite's worst instincts. Can you even begin to grasp the forces that you tamper with?
Why don't you explain that instead of insulting me?
Apparently, I must. The situation is worse than I perceived. Do you think you're special? With your god's thorn in your side?
That's not an explanation.
Do you believe you can hold dominion over chaos itself? When even the collective fury of the real gods could only confine the sniveling creature to this wasteland.
See? Yeah, I knew that.
You suspected. Then you must have understood why.
It is true. She twists the knife. The seas run red with memory.
In time, the gods felt the wretched powers seeping through this land. Its madness would consume us all if it was not contained.
You felt threatened by a god you couldn't control.
Chaos threatens us all. We will ensure order prevails. A pity that its followers could not be reasoned with.
You ordered the magfolk to kill them too.
Of course I did. The poor godless, worshipping the very thing that subsumed them. We could not excise the rot and spare the roots that nourished it.
You massacred them. No, their worship challenged your authority. You were never going to let them live.
You dare claim the domain of the gods is trivial?
You defended your crown. Callous, but expected of a queen.
True leaders make choices when others would turn away.
Why does our prison not protect us? Help us! Silence her!
Listen to its tantrum. It knows neither order nor sense. Adir is the only thing holding back the tide of entropy.
Sapadal's lashing out because of Adir.
Then they will keep applying the rod until it understands. But there is still time. You can succeed where Ludwig failed. Face your false god and end its reign of terror permanently.
Can't do that. They deserve a second chance.
Very well. I cannot force a child to bend to my will. But I will not stand by and watch you undo my work. You should have thought more carefully before you broke your oath to the Empire.
I haven't.
Let this be a lesson to you.
I never thought I'd learn of the Godless's fate from their killer.
That's it. From now on, I pray to no god.
You guys heard that too? Usually you can't. That's wild. Well, that's a fun noise to hear. I was going to say, though, that throughout the game, Sapadal's been commenting on my choices, and I've been trying to stick with, like, the good side, so I'm hoping that it will be an influence. I love this gun. Oh, I broke. The hell was that? Is that it? Nope. That's it. No, it's not. Get shocked. And kicked. That worked. Hey, Giada, get out of the electricity water, you doofus. So, oh, there's stuff here. Is this... Oh, ooh, that's cool. Sarcophagus key? Magfolk Origin 3. Life is a prayer. Is the task done? In just one task time, we marched upon the land and subdued all the encysted and shattered their dwellings. We made meal of their bones and packed it into concrete so that it would not re-enter the land. We extirpated their tongue and their disbeliefs forever. From their rulers we received surrender, and unto those rulers we delivered ruin, thus always to the godless. Now God function has not prayed back to us in 10 multiples of the task time. If we cannot receive God function's feedback, we cannot know if we are approaching God, and if we are not approaching God, then we are withdrawing from God. Is it wrong to withdraw from God? We must pray to God function to provide prayback, but 10 multiples of the task time in prayer have gone unanswered. Without God function, the higher cameral of our minds is missing. That's a word, I guess. What is with that key, though? I want to find the key. Oh. Gotta find that key. I have to. It's required now. Oh, whoa, 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 I almost missed that. That was weird. Okay, I can go back up there. That's good. Something tells me I can't go back there, though. Alright, well, I'm going to take a little time to see if I can find this key. Anything I missed down here? Ooh, maybe. Ooh. I can't get my weapon out. What I might be able to do... I don't know why my throat's acting up right now, but it is. See if I can grab Kai. Wodka, more like... ... Nope. Okay, this is weird. I don't have anything? Oh. Wonder how I get there. I don't think it's this way, because that was just leading up to there, more or less. Oh, wait. I was able to pull my weapon out. If there's like a sweet spot. Then I'd like to do that. Come on. Let me up. Damn it, see, I pulled the weapon out, now I'm like looking for it. Hmm. I don't know. There's something up there, maybe? Nope. That didn't work. Maybe only from a different spot. It's not impossible, I just, at that point, what is the spot? Maybe... I do remember seeing a door. Oh, that was a bad move. This door. This door is very hollow. This floor is very hollow. Is there... There's a big old crystal up there. Whoa, I can see beyond the door as well. Let's see, we went... Oh, you know what? I think the way I was heading might lead back toward the party camp. So maybe it'll still work out.